Chelsea 4, Panathinaikos 1, and Chelsea absolutely obliterate them without even getting out of first gear. First 10 minutes a bit shaky from Chelsea, but other than that, it was pure domination. And this is one of the toughest teams Chelsea's going to play in the Conference League, which does say a little bit about the standard of the Conference League, but I don't think they're that bad of a side. But Chelsea made them look shy. Chelsea weren't even in third gear, weren't in second gear, they didn't even get out of first gear, and they absolutely obliterated them with their B team. Now, I'm recording this video a little bit later as I was obviously watching the Man United game and covering that on my channel. And what really annoys me as a Man United fan is Chelsea have completely rotated the team, bar basically Enzo Fernandez. And they're still playing good football. They're still playing attractive football. They're still playing a style. Players like Mudryk are looking good in the system in this game. The youngsters could come on and they dominate a game in Europe. I'm a Man United fan. We haven't won a game in Europe in over a year. We lost to Copenhagen after bottling a lead. We've lost to Galatasaray after bottling a lead. We can't beat FC Twente. We can't beat Fenerbahce. And we're doing this in must-win games with our strongest 11. Chelsea are going out in Europe, and yes, it is the Conference League, but some of the teams that Man United have played lately could be Conference League level teams. And Chelsea aren't even batting an eyelid. They're playing good football. They're scoring goals. The system's in place. The man management from Maresca is good. And I really don't like it because I look at Veiga and I'm like, this is a proper signing. You know, Chelsea's recruitment is actually unbelievably good. And I know it gets criticised for spending all these youngsters, but Esteval's ridiculous. Veiga's ridiculous. Duran and Omorodon, whatever you say, they're like dominating football, and Chelsea one of them. And you know, Chelsea have been getting a lot right, and they were fantastic today, Chelsea. And we're going to talk about individuals, Mudryk, Veiga, and more. You know, 2.42 xG, 4 big chances created. They were fantastic. And I think what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter whether Chelsea play their A team. It doesn't matter whether Chelsea play their B team. There's a system in place. There's a structure in place. Maresca's doing well. He can rotate, but it seems that the players are happy. Mudryk's barely played, but he just looks happy to be playing and understands why he's not been getting loads of minutes and is appreciating the minutes he gets and showing improvement in his all-round game. Chelsea are rotating. There's a system. There's the A team. There's the B team. There's no one in the B team that I'm like, they could break into the A team. I think Veiga could be someone that is of use all the way around. Maybe Neto for Sancho or Madueke. But it's like Chelsea have two teams. Both teams play well. And yes, you know, Panathinaikos, they're not the best team in the world, but they're one of the tougher teams. They're a Europa League team in the Conference League, in my opinion. And I'm watching Man United in Europa League struggle. Chelsea are fully rotating and they're doing well. I thought Tyrique George was good. I saw people slagging him off on Twitter saying he runs into people and stuff. He's 18, he's raw. Of course, passing, decision making, they're going to be a bit selfish. But I think you've got a player in Tyrique George. And apparently he's better on the left than the right, and he's been playing out of position. Thought Cucurella was excellent. I have to say this, and I'm not going to talk too much about Cucurella in this video, but that guy gives 120%. That guy goes out and out. Like, I can't explain how much that guy presses, how hard that he works. He's absolutely phenomenal. In terms of his work rate, in terms of his desire, which I think is why Maresca likes him so much. He really goes for it. He really tries. He's given 100%. I think that's why Maresca likes him. He really has that. Mudryk play well, 3 goal contributions as well, confidence and something to build on. I thought that Mudryk and Felix combined really well for Chelsea. And yeah, Veiga was good again. That guy can play centre-back, he can play DM, he can play left-back. The guy's so technically good, so versatile, able to receive the ball all angles, but also a physical, absolute giant beast, long-legged player that can cover so much ground, that is fast, that is strong, that is good on the ball, but then reads the game well, anticipates the game well. Chelsea got a phenomenal player there. And I thought that other than the opening 10 minutes, Chelsea were just so dominant. They got the goal. They were just so dominant. And the fact that they can play good football, dominate games, fully rotating, you should appreciate it, Chelsea fans. Because you might say, yes, an easy opposition, but you're rotating and you're winning and you're still playing good football. And that is a sign of a top-class manager, where he can fully rotate. You've got no Cole Palmer in this competition. You're still going to win. People make out that Chelsea's a one-man side with Cole Palmer. Chelsea are not a one-man side with Cole Palmer. He is their best player. He's world-class, and, you know, they're going to need him if they to get to the best level. But if Chelsea don't have Cole Palmer, they can still play good football. They can still look good. Chelsea were good versus Liverpool. Chelsea were good versus Manchester City. They lost the game. Chelsea have lost 2 games this season. They were good in both those losses. They weren't good enough to win, but they showed something. It's not like Man United getting back 3-0 by Liverpool, 3-0 by Tottenham. There's so much progress going on at Chelsea, and I think Chelsea fans should be so positive. I think all the game, even on Poch's second half of the season, he was quite good. I think in 2024, you've only lost to the big sides. You dropped points to Palace, but you deserve to beat Palace. Nottingham Forest was probably not your day, but you probably could have done enough to win if you're more clinical. Chelsea have looked good, and I think they've got something good going on. But I want to talk about this Tyrique George kid. These are some of my notes. Promising but unpolished. You know, when Ronaldo first joined United, how a lot of Man United, and I'm not comparing him to Ronaldo, I don't think he's going to reach Ronaldo's level, but I think he's a great player. You never know. But Ronaldo first came to United, and he frustrated a lot of United fans because he'd give the ball away, he'd hold on the ball too long, he'd do too many step overs. He was raw. I think there's a really good player in George. And I saw a few Chelsea fans saying they don't rate him. He's running into people, he's giving it away. It's just his age. It's just unpolished. He's so aggressive. He's so enthusiastic. He's putting in this effort, trying to make things happen. It's just, I think for his age, he's showing, he's got a bit of it. You know, I think he was always looking to make something happen. He almost set João Felix up for a hat-trick. Your passing could improve, but it's one of those players, whenever he had the ball, I was quite interested to watch what he was going to do. Carrying the ball, dribbling the ball, very good 1v1. Can create shots from difficult positions, which I think is a good trait to have. He seems like one of those players that could create something out of nothing, and I think he's showing good potential. He can strike the ball well. He was making things out of nothing. He was direct. He was eager. He was really trying to just come up with something. And even if Chelsea are 4-1 up and not getting out of first gear, he wanted to go and do something and make it happen. And I think there's a really good player there. I think he reminds me of just a proper young player that is not afraid to take on players, that is confident, that will develop and learn, and that can make things happen out of nothing. And that's what you need. You know, a lot of people, and I'll say this, Sancho versus Liverpool did nothing. He's afraid to take risk. He's afraid to make that change in pace. And sometimes Sancho's good because his technical abilities to control games. He can play that pass. But sometimes you need a player like a Tyrique George that, and I think Madueke is more similar to this, that will just run at the opposition and will just try and make something happen and take them on. And sometimes you need that in games. I do apologise if there's any lag those last 30 seconds. I've just had to restart the Wi-Fi because I was talking and it completely lagged out. But I want to talk about Mudryk. I don't want to make this video super long, as this video is already going to come out 2-3 hours later than it would have. Thought Mudryk was good. I thought Mudryk did everything he needed to do today. I think this was the perfect performance and potentially gives him another chance in the Premier League. Mudryk has almost become your version of Antony. I always compare stuff to United because I'm a United fan, where you've sort of got the three better wingers. We've got Ahmad, we've got Garnacho, we've got Rashford that are better. But you spend a lot of money on him. There's, I think, that belief in Chelsea to want to make it work. I think Mudryk's probably naturally a more talented player than Antony. And I think Mudryk's one of those where I think he's someone that Chelsea will look to move on in the summer. But I thought he's been really good today, and I think he did everything he needed to do. And if he went and put those performances in the Premier League and then started to do that consistently, then Chelsea would probably look to keep him. I thought his decision-making was good. I thought his all-round game looks good. I think he looks more connected to the Chelsea players, his teammates, his reading, his understanding. And maybe Maresca does some kind of miracle where he, this Mudryk performance isn't just a one-off. This becomes a consistent Mudryk performance, because I think Mudryk has got the attributes to be a good player. I think he needs someone, a real coach, to guide him. And I think because of the unsustainability at Chelsea in recent years, it's been harder for him. Now, I don't know if Mudryk will be a Chelsea-level player, but I do think this season is the last chance for Mudryk, because I do think there is a player there. And you saw it in a game like today, and maybe Chelsea quite isn't the level, but there's a reason Chelsea went for him, and there's a reason Arsenal wanted him. Maybe Maresca's the guy to find that. He got an assist, he got 2 assists, he got a goal, he was, putting some really intelligent passes in, moving really well, interconnecting with teammates, getting in the box. There's a good player in Mudryk. There's some good raw attributes there, and I feel that he has developed this season. Now, there's not much to judge him off, but I do look at him and I think in just a few Conference League games, you can just see maybe it's the competition, but I think there's improvements under Maresca. If I'm going to be totally honest, I feel like how sort of certain players improve under managers. I think Maresca's the kind of manager that I feel like can improve players. I think he really can. Continuing on, I actually thought one of the best players on the pitch today is a player that I think gets criticised a lot, Badiashile. I thought he was fantastic today. He was a player when he was at Monaco that I really rated and thought was a good player, and I think he's been a bit hit and miss at Chelsea, but again, he's one of those where there could be a good player in there for Chelsea and for the future. I thought he was really good on the ball today, playing out from the back. I felt he looked confident, and I think Maresca's man management's been good because I think he's bringing confidence into the players, even if they're not regular starters. And I would say he's Chelsea's third best pure centre-back in the team. I think he showed confidence. I think he showed control. I think he looked good on and off the ball. I think he read the game well. You look at statistics here, 99 of 104 successful passes. He was playing out from the back comfortably, composed, good under pressure, won 3 out of 4 of his aerial duels, made 9 ball recoveries, was able to break lines, composed, confident, looked good on the ball. I think there could be a good player there, but he's very hit and miss. I think sometimes he has those defensive errors in him, but I thought he looked really good off the ball. I thought his reading of the game was good. I think Chelsea was so controlled and so comfortable that it was going to be one of the easier games for him, but he didn't put a foot wrong, and I think there's a good player there as well. But we've got to talk about Veiga. I think Veiga is a very, very talented player. Left back, centre back, DM, can play absolutely everywhere. Fantastic player, fantastic baller. You can carry the ball, can pass out from the back, can play passes forward, can play, break the lines. I think every time I've seen him in the Chelsea shirt, he's really impressed me. I said when I did a video on Chelsea signing him that I know Chelsea signed a lot of youngsters and you might be questioning Anselmo or Amari Kellyman, but I said this is the one that I would question the least because it's not another left-footed right winger. It's someone that actually, when you look at Maresca's system, he suits. He can play DM, he can play left back, he can play centre back. If you look at Maresca's system, if you look at the profile player that works in the Premier League and Maresca's system and has the versatility to cover bases and improve its Veiga. And I think this is one of Chelsea's smartest and most cost-effective signings. I think it could be one of the best signings of the summer. I think he always contributes. He doesn't seem to have any flaws. I think he's one of those players that could transition into the first team. He's one of those players I think Pep would like that. Okay, you know how Pep would sometimes throw Zinchenko in at left back because there was injuries to left back and then Mendy was a bit dodge. And then, I think he's one of those that could be thrown in at centre back, left back, DM. I think he's only going to get better. And I think his ability on the ball, his composure, he can read the game well. I think because he's got a big frame, he can cover ground off the ball. He looks like a very, very strong player that seems quite dependable. And I think this is, and I said it when Chelsea signed him, I said this kind of makes sense when you look at what Maresca wants. You look at his physical and technical attributes. You look at his versatility. This one, in terms of actually going to play for Chelsea, makes so much sense. And I think we're seeing it. I also thought Enzo Fernandez had a good game. I think he's been hot and cold for Chelsea lately. I think Casado and Lavia and Palmer would be my midfield three if everybody was fit, just as a neutral perspective. But I thought Enzo did really well in the deeper role today, recovered the ball really well. I felt that he was comfortable. I felt that he helped Chelsea control the game. Anyway, Chelsea fans, let me know your thoughts. That is what we learned from Chelsea 4-1 at Panathinaikos. Am I saying Panathinaikos right? I don't know. Thank you for watching. Bye.